Yo, YouTube, check this out. So, yesterday, they released a pretty bad update for sailing. The main thing is called boat combat fixes. It didn't do anything to fix boats. It nerfed boats. Technically, it's better DPS to run a cannon and be shooting, but it's just not as good. Like, you use a BOFA and you don't use any money. So they did a bunch of changes here. I think they buffed the cannon's accuracies. They increased the cannonball's range strength a bit or something, just a little stat boost. The big thing though that they did, it was in here. So cannons shoot slower but hit harder. Their idea was to maintain the current DPS, which felt like shit. Like the whole thing is things die shittily really slow. Nobody likes it. It's not fun. It just doesn't feel impactful. They slowed down the damage but increased the max hit, and they said it in another blog. Their stated goal was to make it so that the DPS doesn't change, but you're using less cannonballs and it feels more impactful. It's not going to feel more impactful if you aren't increasing the damage, just factually, the DPS. This is a good change. Being able to do 2 cannons on the same side, perfect. That's what we wanted. We wanted that. This, great change. Retrieving cannonballs, awesome. Super good. But the traditional combat gear does full damage. I know people want that, and I don't think that's a bad thing, but it really makes the whole, like, why are we sailing? Why aren't we just flying around on a magic carpet shooting shit? Or like I'm riding around on a griffin shooting shit. The boat is nothing. It might as well be nothing because we're not using ship combat. It's not boat combat fixes. It's we buffed gear so that it's worth using for ship combat again. And it just detracts from it. I think gear has a place in, like, this is a world of magic and shit. Gear should do something. It makes sense for it to do things in combat, for you to actually use it and it be impactful, but the cannon should be more impactful. It should be like, if you have a dragon cannon barrel and you have dragon cannonballs, you should be deleting sea creatures. Like, you should feel like a god. Just, it should be the mega rare of the sea, basically. If you're fighting things, it should feel like you're using a fucking T-bow, especially if you're on the cannons. And it's not. It just doesn't feel good at all. Today, they acknowledged that they've been reading the feedback since yesterday, and particularly around cannons feeling less impactful than expected. So ideally, they're going to buff cannons and make them actually useful, which is what they should do. The cannons should be good. It's a fucking cannon on a ship, and it's a sailing update. Why are we not making cannons the strong part? I've been reading feedback following week's update, particularly around cannons feeling less impactful than expected. While the update broadly aligned with the goals set out in our Summit blog, it's clear that it's not quite landing where it should be. Cannons should feel impactful and satisfying to use, and your feedback shows us that further changes are needed. Yes, buff them, they need to do more damage. Hit hard. So they removed the damage cap on sea monsters. It was intended to make your gear feel more impactful. While gear being integrated into boat combat was a step in the right direction, it should be impactful, but it should be like a 4-to-1. Like your cannon should be 4 times stronger than your gear. Like, maybe not exactly, but just it should feel like a cannon. It also led to certain items like the Tumeken's Shadow significantly outperforming cannons, even at the top end. Yes, obviously. Anybody with a brain could have figured that out. We understand that this can be frustrating, especially as dragon cannons can take a long time to grind for. Correct. And I went salvaging, 87 to 99. I got 1 dragon cannon barrel. 1. And I was using opulent salvage the whole time. My recollection is it's past 99 to get 2 cannon barrels from opulent salvages. On average, it's past 99, which is dumb, especially where they're dog water. They're awful. They don't have a full solution to share just yet, but we're actively reviewing the current balance and exploring ways to make cannons feel more impactful. We're working on an updated design, but we can't promise it'll be ready for next week, as we have to consider how it affects the game more broadly. We're expecting this to be ready in a matter of weeks rather than months, so keep your eyes peeled for more information on when it's ready. Additionally, a hotfix will be deployed later today to allow loot to bypass scenery, similarly to how it was prior to the update. So loot isn't passing, so if there's a rock in the way, loot doesn't come through the scenery, it won't get dragged past it. Is that what they mean? Interesting. I don't know why they would have did something to mess with that. In the meantime, we sincerely appreciate your feedback, and we hope you're still able to enjoy some of the quality of life changes that this update has introduced for boat combat. Some of them are very nice. It's good quality of life for sure. We would also really value hearing more from you, so we'll be live on Twitch tomorrow, 16. Yeah, okay, whatever. If you have thoughts, concerns, suggestions around ship combat, or any sailing related, please send them our way. You can get in touch with us at Discord, ask questions. Yeah, I'm good. General thoughts: cannons should be good, not good. Plan is to maintain current DPS. Current DPS isn't enough. It doesn't feel impactful. They want it if they want people to use cannons, they want it to feel like cannons fit in sailing, they need to increase the DPS. It needs to be, and the thing is, they can't just change the health to scale with it too, because then functionally the DPS is still the same. Like, if you take 10 seconds to kill a great white shark, for example, with a cannon, and they buff the damage and the health, and it still takes 10 seconds to kill the great white, but you're hitting higher numbers, it's not going to feel good. It's still not going to feel as impactful. They want cannons to be successful and a good update, to actually feel good and like part of the skill. They need to make it so when you're using the cannon, it's like an 8-second kill. If they don't do this and they don't change this, sailing as a combat skill, nobody will participate. People already barely do it. I haven't touched sailing since I hit 99, and it's not because I don't want to. I liked ship combat a lot. It's how I leveled up from 30 to, I want to say 50 in sailing, was I was doing ship combat. It was really good. It was really fun. I liked it, but it was just the cannons didn't feel impactful, so I was just using my Bofa at that point, and the Clipsat Lattle before they nerfed it. Basically, like, they just need to change the cannons. They need to make cannons feel impact. TLDR, cannons feel like really bad. They need to buff them. Kill times need to not be the same, which is their stated goal so far, was to maintain DPS but make it so cannons shoot slower and hit harder, like this part. They need to change that. They need to be open to increasing DPS. Cannons need to kill things faster. It'll make them feel more impactful. The 2 cannons on the same side, great change. The new facility, great change. 2 facility slots or whatever. It's just to make room for the ballistic attractor and the spare cannon functionally. Traditional combat gear working. That should be like that. I don't think they need to damage cap anything. Or if they do a damage cap, it should be like a Zalra damage cap, like a 50. You know, still a big hit. Removes the delay in looting sea creatures. Yeah, that's a really good change. Fire at will mode is a really good change. Buff the amount of cannonballs, really good change, but I feel like shipwreck salvaging is really bad for cannonballs. They should probably take a look at that and buff that a little. Flipping old school said it was like on average you get 1 to 3 per hour before the change, and now you get 2 to 6 per hour, so it's really bad. The dragon cannonball specifically, they need to change that. Veiled Kraken, this is a good change. More ways to get the dragon cannon barrel is nice because it's really a pain in the ass to get. This is nice, fixing a bug that how this wasn't noticed in however long it's been since it's been out is crazy. Glad it's fixed though, that's good. Yeah, so overall a lot of the changes here were really good, but this is just a joke. Cannons have been rebalanced. No, they haven't. The damage wasn't balanced. All they did was reduce the amount of cannonballs that are being used. That's all they did, was made it so that you aren't just shooting cannonballs and just deleting them like crazy. And it's a good change. That is good. Like, we don't want to just be deleting cannonballs, but the DPS, oh my god, it didn't change at all. It still feels like crap. The cannons now, compared to 3 months ago, are the exact same DPS, maybe a 0.01 or something difference, but it's not impactful change at all. I'm glad with what they did, but it should have been more. It needs more damage. It should feel impactful. I'm using a fucking cannon. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If you want to watch me do content, I do it on Twitch and Kick at Michael Blade. I'll see you next time.